Yeah, hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be giving you the difference between a digital mixing console and a analog mixing console. The other day, I came across two sound engineers discussing or having an argument on the console mixing console that is good to use. And I was looking at them. This one was saying analog mixing console is the best to use. The other one was saying digital mixing console is the best to use. And I was there just watching. And that was the reason why I decided to make this video. Using digital mixing console or using analog mixing console, get this right, the both of them are good to use. The both of them are good to use depending on the musical sound engineer that is making use of them. Now, for the digital mixing console, there are some gears that you don't need to buy. Like you don't need to buy the EQ, you don't need to buy the noise gates, you don't need to buy compressor. Those gears are built inside of it. I mean, every channel has its own EQ, its own noise gates, and its own compressor to it. But for the analog music console, you have to go and get those gears. Like you have to go and get your compressor, you have to go and get your EQ, you have to go and get your noise gating. So get this right. Now for the digital mixing console, those things are built inside of it. They are built inside of it without stress. So in other words, if I plug my mic to channel 1, I can EQ that channel 1 separately. I can get that channel 1 separately. I can compress that channel 1 separately. It is not one compressor that works on all inputs. Each input has its own line separately. But for the analog mixing console, it is not like that because you have to go and get those gadgets for it to work. And with the little research I've done about this analog mixing console, you cannot use one compressor to one compressor to channel 2. So in other words, if you have analog mixing console 32 channel, you have to buy 32 channel compressor. You understand? You have to buy compressor 32 so that every line will have its own compressor. In other words, if you have one, you have to use just that one to do what? To drive the whole input line. That is the advantage and the disadvantage of you having a analog mixer.